Oh boy, it's finally happening. 6 to 7 years with a close friend of mine that I hold dear to me that has brought me through so many stages of my career. We are finally saying bye and letting go and moving on. My Sony a7 III. This has been my daily driver for all of my content, both long form and short form content. And it's been with me through many stages of my career. When I first started out as a freelancer, going into my first video editing job, to my current job as a multimedia designer at a company, it feels so bittersweet that I'm letting this go. Like, I really don't want to, because there's so much sentimental value that came with this as my first professional camera. This thing takes incredible photos, takes incredible videos, and the only reason why I'm moving on and upgrading is because I've hit my limitation. You know, when people say video gear doesn't matter, you know, it actually does. I actually think it does in the way where it's like when you finally exhausted your resources and learned all that you can with a camera, and then you just need something that's a little bit more powerful that can do more of the things that you were looking for. That is when I feel like it's ready time to upgrade and also look at the shiny new gear, because that does matter. Coming from my a7 III, I'm going to my new camera, which you are seeing right now. Doesn't it look pretty good? I think the image quality is amazing. I've been doing some tests with this camera and I've just been blown away, which is the Sony a7S III. Here are some reasons why I am moving from the a7 III to the Sony a7S III. It is because the Sony a7 III can't shoot 4K 60, and there's even 4K 120. The video capabilities of A7S III is just like way up here. And 6-7 years ago, I didn't really think about that when I first purchased this camera. I don't even know if there probably was. I think maybe a Sony a7S II that probably could shoot 4K 60, but I needed something that was hybrid, right? And so this was the hybrid camera. Like the Sony a7 IV wasn't out yet. And if I had seen that first, then maybe I would have gone there in that direction. Not only that, I was shooting with the a7 III, right? This is only 8-bit. This is only an 8-bit camera, so it's a big change. It's a big switch up. And just imagine, it's like 8-bit is like a box of 8 crayons, and then 100-bit is like a box of 300 crayons. So you just have so much more color to work with and a lot more flexibility. Since this is like a 10-bit camera, it's a whole new world for me, because every time I tried to push the color on my a7 III, you know, I could get to a certain point, but then it would start breaking. It's not like it wasn't ever good, it's just like it could be better. That's probably like the main reason why. Like, there's just things that this camera can't do that the Sony a7 III can. And so I just hit a phase of my career where I was like, okay, I think it's time. I've learned all that I could with this camera. I've shot all that I could with this camera. And it's just gone through so many incredible projects. Like, I've done some B-roll for like new offices and stuff. I've done like some documentary interview style filming with this thing. I've shot all my YouTube videos that you see on my channel with this. Not only that, like all my short form Instagram content, like this thing is a workhorse, okay? This thing has brought me through so much. And it's time and time again, it has stepped up to the plate to do its job. If I would probably keep this as my B cam. A7S III would be my A cam. But this is going to a new home, to a good friend of mine who is actually getting into the mirrorless game, and just even his first professional camera. So I'm so glad that this is going to someone that I know and I trust, that I know they're going to take great care of this camera. I'm both happy and sad. If you really learn your gear and you just learn the basics, you can hold out with what you have for as long as you want, okay? And you won't need to upgrade for a long time. Like, it took me 7 years before I finally felt that it's time to upgrade. And like the past month, I've just been doing a ton of research about whether or not I need to upgrade my camera, what camera to upgrade to. And yeah, because like the Sony a7S III, I almost didn't get this camera. I was set on an FX3, and there was a guy locally who was selling it. Okay, he was selling for 4,400. I just wasn't ready at the time because I was trying to sell all my damn Pokemon cards. All right, I've been trying to sell like all this shiny cardboard and just save up some money. You know, there was also money that was coming from selling my a7 III, but I wasn't quite yet there to the price he was asking for 4,400. And then a couple weeks later, he listed it at 4,200, and I'm like, wait, I can do that. That's a number I'm comfortable with paying for the FX3. And I messaged the guy right away. I'm like, yo, okay, I can pick it up cash this weekend. Let's do it. And crickets. I'm telling you, and that gave me so much, like, I was on a roller coaster, okay? I was like, why isn't this guy messaging me back? I need to hear back from this dude. Lo and behold, 3 days later, he comes back and he says, hey, sorry for the late reply, but the camera isn't available anymore. And I was like, no. I was literally in my chair at my desk like this. Very sad day. What was the plan next then? Now that the FX3 was gone, and the next best thing was the Sony a7S III that you're seeing right now. This is the camera that I'm filming with right now. And it's basically an FX3. Video-wise, video spec-wise, it's the same exact sensor. Take the FX3 and rehouse it in a different body, which is actually great because it's similar to the Sony a7 line, right? It doesn't feel too disorientating. Not only that, this thing has a viewfinder, okay? So I can take my photos because I actually need to take photos for my work. I do photo and video editing. And so that was perfect because it's gonna be sunny outside and I'm gonna need to be able to see what I'm shooting. It was like I got an FX3 at a discount because the guy that was selling this camera, he was selling it originally for $4,100. So I was like, would you do 39? And then he messaged back right away and he said, sure. And then I was just like, wait, maybe I could have like pushed a little bit more. I don't want to be that guy, but you know, I'm trying to make the most of my money. All right. A couple days ago, we met at a local McDonald's. Literally, this is the most amount of cash that I've ever held at once, and it made me super uncomfortable. I was just like, like I was holding it close to my chest. So yeah, I met up with him. We sat down. I checked out the camera. I was like, let's go, dude. This camera's great, it's sick. And I just fell in love. I instantly fell in love. I brought my lens, which is my 20 to 70 millimeter G lens, Sony, tested it out. Wow, what a difference. That's been my life journey for the past month of just like all these camera videos that I've been watching, all the reviews, and not only that, but I know that I haven't posted a video in a little bit. And that is mainly because, aside from the camera stuff, I've been just hitting a plateau with my fitness. There was like for about a month, I was stuck at a certain weight, and for the past few weeks, I finally broke through it again, and now I'm creeping up to a new plateau. So it's just been taking all my energy because of that, and it was just like I needed to really just get through that mental block before I can start and focus my energy back on YouTube. We're gonna be making content again now that I have this new camera, and sometimes that's just what it is, right? Like, you know, when you get new gear, you get excited. If that's something that's gonna just help you create content, okay, for yourself, if that new mic, whatever, is gonna do it, then buy it, you know? Just money comes and goes. You can save up money and then you can spend it, and that's just a continuous cycle of this. See you in the next one, cousin, and maybe we'll be talking about like all the gear collectively in my studio that I actually use to film content just like this. If that's something that you're interested in watching, be sure to subscribe and look out for the next one. All right, stay blessed, cousin. Have a great weekend, or whenever you're watching this, stay blessed. There it is.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye, Eugene.
Yeah.